When I was in kindergarten, I suffered from chickenpox. I was in agony with itchy, fluid-filled blisters that I wasn't allowed to scratch. My entire class had it, leaving only 1 or 2 children attending school until the disease cycled out of us all. Today, it's different. I've experienced a disease that now can be vaccinated against. Fortunately for today's generation of children, there is a vaccine against the chickenpox and many other illnesses. A cure before the disease gets a chance to hit. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, United States vaccination programs have eliminated or significantly reduced many vaccine-preventable diseases. These diseases still exist and can once again become common and deadly if vaccination coverage does not continue at high levels. Today, I would like to give you some information about the following: the diseases vaccines prevent, the false accusation that some vaccines cause autism, and as well as child safety in receiving so many shots at a young age. Let me start with my point on autism. The American Academy of Pediatrics declared that a few years ago, some parents believed that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine was causing children to develop autism. This has since been disproven. Parents had a right to be concerned, seeing as the first MMR vaccine given at age 12 to 15 months, and the first signs of autism appearing 15 to 18 months of age. Concerning parents of a link, a quote from the CDC's website states, "Some people believe increased exposure to this vaccine from the addition of the important new vaccines recommended for children explains the higher prevalence in recent years." However, evidence from several studies examining trends in vaccine use and changes in autism frequency does not support such an association. Furthermore, a scientific review by the Institute of Medicine concluded that, quote, "the evidence factors favor rejection of this relationship between this vaccine containing other vaccines that cause autism." CDC reports and supports the Iowa conclusion. There have been very many compensation court cases for parents seeking monetary gain from possible vaccine injury. Three rulings related to autism and vaccine injury compensation cases were issued February 12, 2009 by the Special Masters of the U.S. Court of Federal Claims pertaining to the large volume of claims, over 4,900 that is, that vaccines induce autism. In these 3 separate rulings, it was decided that the administered vaccines were not a factor in the development of autism or autism spectrum disorders. Autism aside, many parents are still concerned about the safety of a child receiving so many shots at a young age. What they don't realize is without getting them vaccinated, they are causing more harm than good for their child. Without vaccinating your child will not only be at risk for catching the disease, but will be a threat to others and at times kept out of school or child care. For parents that can't afford to miss work, this is a huge problem. Anytime an illness goes around in daycare or school, the child has to stay home sick or out of precaution, leading to loss of several days' wages and the loss of valuable education time for the child. It is possible that if a child is out of school long enough, harsh attendance policies or the lack of the ability to catch up to and with their peers will lead to repeating a grade, which also affects the child's self-esteem. They see their peers moving on and without them. There's no need for them to go through this because children can in fact handle numerous vaccines at a young age. Before they even start school, that is, children fight 2,000 to 6,000 antigens a day. This is much more than the antigens in any combination of vaccines on the current schedule of when you should get your child vaccinated. The Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is a valuable resource for those with pediatric pediatric needs. They're often rated one of the best children's hospitals in the nation and stay as front runners in terms of children's health. Their website contains a vaccine education center that urges parents to get their children properly vaccinated according to the schedule. There are a number of ways to vaccinate your children. You can take each one individually or get a combo shot that combines other vaccines and also eliminates pain for the child. For example, pediatrics, which includes vaccines against diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, hepatitis B, and polio, eliminating more than half of the shots on the recommended schedule for ages 6 to 18 months old. For children 4 to 6 years old, MMRV includes vaccines against measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella, which is chickenpox, the important diseases to combat at the age when they make their rise. In statistics provided by CHOP, before vaccines, parents in the U.S. could expect that every year, number one, polio would paralyze 10,000 children. As well, rubella would cause birth defects and possible mental retardation in as many as 20,000 newborns. Measles would likely kill 3,000 of an infected 4 million children, and diphtheria would be the most common cause of death in school-aged children. Pertussis, also known as whooping cough, would kill thousands of infants. So take action. Protect your children by vaccinating according to the recommended schedule, being knowledgeable of the diseases that vaccines prevent, researching the safety of immunizations, and avoiding the dangers of false claims. Use this information that I've provided you today on A, the false accusations that some vaccines cause autism. B, a child's safety in receiving so many shots at a young age. And finally, C, the diseases vaccines prevent. To prevent diseases that could be fatal or have lifelong consequences, I challenge you to remember the diseases vaccines protect against. And keep in mind what our world would be like without them. Above all, save our species from a preventable epidemic.